Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. We're back. And
This
we're
is your
back.
favorite beat making podcast in the world, in the whole world.
Yeah.
Three beats later, guys. We have a special guest tonight, and we're not going to waste any time tonight. We're going to get right into it, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
This is true.
Yes. So, gentlemen, we can mute your faces, and that way we can start off with intro, and Mr. Cheeky CP could let our guest in. So while we're doing all of that stuff, let me explain who our guest is. Mr. Steve Keitt is a music producer of over 30 years. His credits include TLC, Salt and Pepper, Kid and Play, Debla Morgan. He is the CEO of Needle Time Records and Record Drop, which is a social media and music promotion service that allows artists to give promotional copies of their music directly to listeners in exchange for feedback. So, is he in the room yet?
About to let him in.
About to let him in. Without further ado,
he is connecting as we speak here, Mr. Steve Keitt.
Mr. Steve Keitt.
And this is crazy that we're doing this today. What a special guest we got on here.
Certainly. Steve, you in the building?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. How's it going, man?
Good, man. I'm trying to start my video. Doesn't seem to let me do that.
Oh no?
Yeah.
The camera's not working?
My camera works. I'm trying to I got a red slash across it. I'm not sure. Let me just check to see what camera it's using. Let me make sure. I only have one, but let's see.
All right. Well, it's okay if you're a disembodied voice in the meantime. We can, while you get your camera situation going, we could still just start chatting.
Okay,
maybe I could pull up a picture of your face in the meantime.
All right.
Just so the people can see you. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing, bro?
We're doing great, man. Thank you so much for being part of the podcast.
Thank you for having me, man.
Thanks for coming on.
It's a real privilege, man. I appreciate it.
Cheeky, can I please have access to share screen, please, sir?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I wanted to bring you on the podcast because I've known you for a while. We've known each other for a while, and music. We always talk music, and every time I had a conversation with you, it was like I was peeling back the layer of the onion as I found more and more about you and how involved you have been in the music industry, both as a producer and as an executive. So let's just talk about the production first, simply because you are a producer and you have been producing music for over 30 years. So can you just walk us through that, like a little bit about your history and where you come from and just the basics.
Yeah, man. Thank you again. Thank you guys for having me. I've been checking out your podcast. I think it's innovative. So congrats to you guys. You guys are doing some awesome work, man. It's a privilege to be a part of it. I've been in the music business, as you mentioned, over 30 years. I started out in the late 80s. I grew up in Queens. I don't know if you're familiar with East Elmhurst, Queens. They used to call it the Hearst. Yeah, so that's where a lot of Eric B and Kid and Salt and Pepper, Kid and Play, Cool G Rap. A lot of people came, so I grew up in that environment, and that's where I got my start working with Herbie Lovebug, who was a friend of mine. The Invincibles, he had his production crew. The first Salt and Pepper album I produced on. We used to work in Herbie's attic putting together beats, and Cheryl, who Sandy was. Herbie's girlfriend, and he decided, I'm gonna turn them into rappers. And I thought he was crazy. I said, there's no such thing as not at that time, no female rappers out, man. That's not gonna work. But I'm so glad it did. So from there, we went on and we did Kid and Play, and that whole genre. Later on, I hooked up with my manager. At the time, he was Steve Stout. We both in the beginning of our careers. So he took me on as a manager. We were partners for a good 10 years.
So that is the Steve Stout, right?
Yeah, man. Steve, I met Steve. My introduction with Steve was yo, what's up, man? I'm thinking about getting into the music business. And I was like, yo, bet, you can manage me. You know, that's how we came into the game together, me and him. Oh, that's a horrible picture. I wish my camera.
Hey, Steve, if you press let's give it like 10 seconds. If you press that the little video button that has the X through it, that actually might unlock you.
Yeah. For some reason, my camera, I think it might be tied up by one of the other apps. Because I have Skype, I have Teams, I have. So I'm wondering, none of those are launched right now. But yeah, I am hitting the X. Okay. And it's not coming up. So what I might try to do is see if I can wrestle the camera from one of these other apps that might be taking over it.
Okay.
He's multitasking.
That's the only thing I could think of, that maybe one of the apps on my computer has taken over the camera. So I'm going to see if that's the case.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. Just wanted to give it a little try.
I appreciate that.
Until then, we got this photo of you that.
Yeah, that was my daughter's idea. She took me out of my comfort zone. She said, "Listen, you need to present a little differently." Had I known it was going to be that, I would have ran. But it is what it is, right? So that's how I got my start. Steve Stout. We were partnered for 10 years. We then partnered up with Kid from Kid and Play. He had Kid Entertainment. And from there, we went in, we produced TLC, Crazy Sexy Cool. I did some work on that album.
So Crazy Sexy Cool, you mean the diamond selling, like probably best, most popular and successful R&B album of all time?
I did some work. Me and Left Eye, we did a lot of writing together.
Wow.
On that. And actually, Left Eye's, there's a song that she has. Remember she burned down her boyfriend's house and all that?
Yeah. That was a football player, right?
Yeah, Andre Rison.
Andre Rison, that's right.
Yeah. So there's a song that we did that's real popular right now that was a part of the Crazy Sexy Cool whole compilation called My Secret Enemy. So I wrote and produced that along with her, as well as some other stuff. So and then I got into TV and film. Among the house party films and, did some commercials with the NBA. And then the most notable thing with film was the Martin TV show, the theme song. I wrote and produced that. We just got into a whole lot of other different things, Steve and I, So, like the first 3 seasons, I did the theme music for that, Martin,
So, right. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So that's part of my history,
That's you have an extensive history, sir. And that's crazy that that you've been with all the different decades. So let's move it to the present day. So you have this history, you have this great, you've worked with all these legendary artists. You've worked on all these legendary albums. And now you're in a new zone. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, here it is. I finally figured it out.
The camera is hot. Yes, we can see you.
Camera's hot. All right.
Yes. Nice.
Well, all right. Hopefully this is at least a step up from the picture. I don't know how much more, but hopefully, I'm not.
You look, your studio looks like one of those Zoom fake backgrounds.
Seriously.
That's what it is.
Seriously. I think we've used like fake backgrounds that try to
let me show you guys. So this is the setup. I use a Raven MTI. I got the drum kit and then you come back. That area we use mostly for podcasting. And then back here, there's a room back there. That's the vocal booth. We also have a video setup. That's where we do that's like the video room where we manage all the podcasting. And then got some other stuff. That's the TLC. That's the diamond that you were just talking about on the wall over there.
Wow.
I think there's some of the face. I mean, some other stuff from the face and salt and pepper. Some other things on the wall over there. So I'm not bragging, guys. I'm sorry if I come off
this
that
is
way.
flex heavy, please.
No, that's amazing.
I don't want to come off that way. Sorry.
Nah, man. Listen, this is important. The people need to know. People, this is all facts. You're not bragging when it's just facts.
Appreciate
So so yeah, you have this history
Mhm.
with the music industry. You worked on all this music and worked on these legendary records.
Mhm.
Now you're kind of like entering a different phase,
Mhm.
I guess, of your career. You're entering like the CEO aspect. Let's talk about Needle Time before we talk about Record Drop.
Right. Mhm.
Needle Time is the record label that you started, right? So you want to talk
Yeah.
about that for a little bit?
Yeah. So Needle Time Records, I started that because, working in the music industry, and I don't know, you may have heard this before, but especially throughout the 90s and into the early 2000s, it how do you describe the industry, man? It was like, you were driven to try to meet quotas and to create a sound that is going to increase the profits of these record labels. And so, when I was a kid coming into this music business, it was all about the music. I love music, man. You didn't have to ask me to do it. When everybody else wanted to go out and play ball and do all this stuff, I just wanted to be in the studio or something like that. And when I got into the music industry, that love for music started to cool off, because then it was all about, I mean, I could come up with 10 different songs. Yeah, but that doesn't sound like this, or that doesn't sound like that. We got 10 records out here. This is what's hot. You need to go back to the drawing board and you need to come up with something that sounds like this. So a lot of that creativity got left on the cutting room floor. And it was just about trying to meet this commercial demand. You know what I mean? And to the point where it just kind of snuffed out that creativity. I'm not the only one who it happened to. I have a lot of friends who said the same thing. It was just, and your money is tied into that. So if you don't meet that demand, you're not getting paid, you're not eating, you're not paying your bills. And it was like, I ain't gonna say slavery, you know what I mean? But I will say that, it just wasn't about being creative. It was just about trying to reach numbers. So I took a long hiatus from the business. I went back, I left, I went back to college. I learned IT. That's how I met, my boy Piso, because I started doing IT. And eventually, once I started getting, that creativity back, I said, you know what, now I'm ready to start a record label that is just about the music, just about making good music, allowing artists to express, not worrying about, what's on the radio, or, did this artist look like that? No, I didn't want to have that kind of environment. So I started Needle Time. Needle Time is a terminology that was used back in the early days of music. When radio time was very hard to get. So record labels and other people would go up and say, hey, I need some needle time. You know what I mean? This was back in remember back in the days, radio wasn't just about music. It was about, they would have these soap operas on the radio and all kinds of other stuff. People used to listen to their programs on the radio. So you had to fight for what they called needle time. So in doing my research, I came across that name. I was like, yeah, that's perfect, man. Let's get some needle time, doing some real music that people can relate to. But it was born from the history that I just told you. Like, for once and for all, I want to have a platform where people, producers, and artists can just be creative, man, for the love of music. And that's what I'm trying to do with this label right now.
That's amazing.
Excellent. Awesome. So now you create this record label, you work releasing music, you drop some music in that regards, and it works pretty well for you. Then you decide to start this company called Record Drop.
Right.
And that is what's most intriguing. Why I really wanted to bring you on here is because you've spoken to me so much about this venture, and I know you want to tell the people all about it. So let's talk about Record Drop for a second. What is Record Drop?
So Record Drop is a social music platform, not unlike a SoundCloud. You're familiar with SoundCloud. SoundCloud is a platform where artists can upload their music and then get that music out to listeners and people and others who are interested in discovering that music. So when I came up with this idea of Record Drop, I was, trying to push music in this industry. And I found that, getting your music up on Spotify and all these other places, there are challenges with that. You have to have a degree in marketing. If you put your music up on SoundCloud, nothing happens. You have to go out and you have to market yourself. Same thing with Facebook and all these other platforms. You have to market yourself. And most people I found, they're great, musicians, great producers, great, rappers and so on. But, getting out there and getting your numbers up, that proves to be challenging for a lot of people, more than people realize. So I said, there has to be a way to get the music out to those who want to hear it and remove all the middlemen, where you don't have to have a marketing degree. All you have to do is be good. And if you're good, your music can be heard by people who are interested in hearing it. So Record Drop, basically, I'll tell you in a nutshell, you're an artist, you upload your music. We have an app. We also have a website. Artists can upload their music. They can, put it in different genres. And then we have listeners around the country who tell us what kind of music they want to hear, they're interested in hearing. They say, well, I like R&B, I like pop, I like rock. So we say, well, how much music do you want? Well, give me 10 songs a month, give me 50 songs, give me 100 songs a month. So what our database does, it says, okay, Piso uploaded a rap song, go out and find me X number of people who said they want this kind of music and put it directly into their app on the phone. No middleman. So they get notifications, you just got new music, they go on, they see Piso's song there, they can listen to it, give it a rating, and then they hit submit, and Piso gets that feedback immediately. But then once that happens, we establish that relationship. Now Piso can say, okay, yo, thanks for listening to my music. They have all the demographics on that person. This person is from DC, this person's from New York. How many times did they listen to this song? Did they share it with anybody? There's also links to Piso's, all his social media. So if I got his song, not only am I listening to his song, rating it, but now I can go and click and check out his Facebook, his Instagram, and all that. And we capture all that interaction and we give it back to Piso in stats. This is how many people went to your social media, whether it's Instagram or whatever. This is how many people downloaded your song or played it, and then Piso can take all that data and make decisions. He can say, yo, okay, so based on, the distribution, I got, 1,000 people right in New York who's bumping my song right now on this app, on this Record Drop app. I'm going to contact some clubs, and set up a show. And then once I set up that show, I can send a message right on Record Drop to those 1,000 people, say, yo, thank you for reviewing my music. Thank you for listening to it. I'm going to actually be doing a show in Brooklyn or Queens or wherever you're located, because he can see the numbers as to where people are, and he has direct communication with them and them to him. They can get back to him and say, yo, you're doing a show in Brooklyn, I'll definitely be there. So we call it direct to fan, artist to fan, no middleman, and so this is what we built. You're looking at it right now. These are some of the artists we have. We are a Black-owned social music platform, going up against the Spotifys and the SoundClouds and all that. We're self-funded. And we've been working on the technology for a number of years, and we've been in beta for the past year. We're getting ready to release a new version of the site. We've been working with different companies, doing strategic partnerships, trying to get the platform and growing. The numbers are doing okay right now, but we're looking to go full speed ahead. This is our Instagram site, some of the artists. We focus on indie artists. So you're not going to see, Neo and all these guys. If they want to upload their music, they can. But our focus is allowing indie artists to have a platform where they can get their music out to listeners. And our concept is very simple. We're trying to get people to rethink what it means to be successful in this music business. The music industry has brainwashed people to think if you don't go platinum, if you don't sell 500,000 copies, you're basically a failure. Anything below 500,000, you didn't score, you didn't hit the mark. And that may be true from their perspective. But what we're saying is, look, if Record Drop distributes your music to 10,000, 20,000 people, or 50,000 people, and in a small percentage, let's say out of 50,000, only 10,000 liked it. From a record label perspective, that's a failure. But if you got 10,000 people saying, yo, I really like this artist, and they go out and they pay $10 for your album, you just made $100,000.
Right.
Is that a failure?
Not at all.
Not in my book.
Not in my book either. Yeah. I've heard of that too. That only takes over 1,000 true fans to be sufficient. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
As an artist. But sorry, keep going.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's pay my mortgage, raise my kids' money. You know what I'm saying? That's
right, exactly.
You are now doing what you love for a living. You know what I'm saying? And so, we're trying to help indie artists realize that there are more people who listen to music than who create it. And our platform is to give people an easy access to that music. And the way we do that is just by simply asking them, what do you want to hear? Tell us. And then when these artists upload what you want to hear, we're going to give it directly to you on your mobile device. You don't have to look for it. We gave you what you wanted.
It's like personally curated against your taste already. And
exactly.
I think that even that, that tagline that you have, like directly artist to fan, that's really powerful as well. That's like cutting out all the other BS. You know what I mean? This is like,
we call it direct to fan distribution. Some of our taglines for listeners is let the music find you. That's one of our taglines. So tell us what flavor of hip hop you want. How many songs do you want? As the artist uploads, our database is smart. It says, okay, so-and-so just uploaded this kind of song. I know that in our membership, we have 50,000 people who've told us they want that music and they're waiting for it. Wow. So we just, boom, we give it to them. And then what happens when they get it? Yo, I've been waiting for this,
Yeah.
And then the numbers, we give you the stats. We give you all the stats. We don't hide any numbers. We tell you everything you need to know about how your music is doing so you can make smart decisions about how to move forward with your career.
That's amazing. So the main value point to the artist is just getting access to all that data.
Getting the data. Yeah, if we give your music to 50,000 people, you will know who they are, you will know where they are, you will know what music they're listening to, how many times they downloaded, how many times they played it, did they share it with anybody? Who did they share it with? Because we tell you who they shared it with. And then you get their data, and where they're located.
That's really, so I play in a band on the side, and when we look at our Pandora like stats and demographics, that has helped us a lot in kind of trying to figure out where we're going to spend ad dollars against, when we're, promoting like a new release and stuff like that. So any of that data, I mean, that's just so powerful today with building your independent like marketing plan and all that stuff. So this is amazing.
It's very important. And to be able to take data and use it. And that's one of the things we do. So we're partnering up with DJ organizations, college radio stations, and so on, so that the artists, our members, can then take that data and say, you know what, I'm going to go and contact some clubs in DC and see if I can set up a show. And then I'm going to go down to Atlanta. Then I'm going to go, New York and all over. And you have the numbers to prove it. You go to a club and say, yo, I got X number of people bumping my song right now. Here's the list. Here's my app. See, they're all here. You need to give me a show. Your chances of getting a show are better than if you just say, hey, we're really good. I mean, put us on stage.
That's my favorite line.
Huh?
That's my favorite line.
So, Steve, we don't have too much time. I know your time is very valuable, and I definitely want to get to a big special surprise. The first thing I wanted to do really quickly is play a snippet of a song that you and I worked together very recently on. This particular record was in response to a lot of the things that have been happening, in our country and whatnot. I don't really want to say it's political. It's more spiritual, more just, reacting to reality, right? As you could say.
This is based on a true story that happened to me and my boy too. So this is not just out of the news. This is real.
And you produced this beat, and when you sent me the beat was crazy. So I had to lay some verses to it. And this was in the middle. We did this in the pandemic, so this was kind of crazy how we even brought this together. And it's featuring the R&B singer Colton Frost, correct?
That's right. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna play a snippet of it, and then we're gonna go to a very special surprise. So Here we go. Y'all can hear the audio, right?
Yep.
Okay.
2 a.m. on the dot, driving down the Ave, getting stopped by the cops. So I pray. Heavy on the gas, said I'm moving too fast. License out, put your hands on the dash. No way. What you got hiding in the back? Got my mind racing, thinking it's a trap. No escape. Seen this play out on the TV. Never ever thought it'd be me. Will I be okay? All I wanna know is, can I get a witness? Is anybody gonna pull a phone out from me? Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? Snapchat, Facebook, Live it for me. Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? I was chillin' on the block. Stress that had me illin' in my feelings, I was hot. But I am civilian, I ain't willing to get shot. Imagine my surprise, I get a visit from the cops. Officer O'Reilly, sorry you surprised me. Standing here, don't mind me.
Let me see some ID. You fit the description, your condition looking grimy.
In a bad position on my low, why do you try me? Can I get a witness? I was chillin' in the street, just minding my own business. Now I'm running from the cops, I'm working on my fitness. Steady praying to the Lord, I'm suddenly religious. America, what is this? Pictures, videos, blog posts, 4chan. Put me on your internet, put me on your Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. When this cop lick shots, email a message, you can put me on TikTok. Step It stops. car with your hands in the air. Rave around your clock like you just don't care. Stare in my eyes like I'm up to no good. Got me leaned over, face down on the hood. No way. Hands on your head, get down on your knees. Got me feeling like I can't breathe. No escape. Yeah. Seen this play out on the web. Never ever thought it'd be next. Will I be okay? All I wanna know is, can I get a witness? Is anybody gonna pull a phone out from me? Anybody? Can I get a witness? Yeah. Can I get a witness?
Yes, sir. So that is, can I get a witness?
Yeah, witness.
Wait, I'll be the crowd here.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Shout out, Colton Frost. And of course, Steve Keitt produced that record, man. That was fun, man. Thanks for letting me hop on that.
Let me tell you, man, it was a lot of fun. And your verses, man, it made the record, man. It took it to a whole nother level, man.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So just in the interest of time, because we could do this all night. We could literally we could easily do a 3-hour episode. Honestly. Just chopping it up. I want to bring the other members of the 3 Beats Later crew on to the show real quick.
Yeah, everyone else come up, but I got dibs on first question because I know everybody's waiting, and this is the Q&A period because we all got questions.
No problem.
Our stream is really about essentially independent producers, essentially trying to learn from each other, trying to create new music, trying to make sure that we're consistent with what we're producing. And everybody has their own kind of side projects going on and all that stuff. And everyone's trying to find their own way. My question is about, finding, or what type of advice would you give to independent producers today in terms of ways to be successful and stay away from a lot of the BS? I feel like in today's atmosphere, there's a lot of artists, there's a lot of different lanes that you can go down and you can kind of just get lost. Mm-hmm. So where do you see for our, maybe even like young producers or producers who are kind of still trying to find their way on what they should focus on? And it doesn't have to be like a specific thing, but just any advice you'd give to some of the producers that watch our show.
Well, the first thing that pops into my mind is it's the music business and emphasis on business. You have a product. There's the creative aspect that we love. We love creating music. But the thing that you love is also a product that you want to sell. And it doesn't matter if you're selling, beats or if you're selling pencils or whatever. It's a business. And so I would say, treat it like a business. Establish your LLC. set up your bank account, and market your product like any other business. If you were starting McDonald's or your own burger stand or your own, you want people to come in and buy your product. You have to treat your beats that way. And like any product, there are so many different markets in which you could sell. It's not just about giving it to artists. That's just one way you can do it. But music is everywhere. Music is everywhere. It's on TV. It's on radio. It's on, it's on Instagram. I mean, so monetize. Look for all the different ways that you can monetize your beat. You could take your music and you can give it to companies that are responsible for doing transition music. That music that nobody pays attention to in a film. You know what I mean? It's like, the music in between the love scene and the chase scene. But that's very lucrative, very lucrative. And so think of all the different ways that you can monetize and go about it as a business. And if you treat it that way, then other people are going to respect it that way.
I appreciate that. Yeah, we've been looking at, syncing and that whole thing and music libraries and stuff like that. And it's just a lot out there, a lot to teach ourselves on. But okay, I'll pass the mic. Who's next?
I mean, I can definitely jump in. How you doing, Steve? This is Education, or Emery.
Nice to meet you, Education. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. I have a question for you. I know you covered a lot in the beginning of the conversation, but I have a question for you. And it's kind of one of those futuristic questions. If you could work with anybody that you haven't already worked with, or dead or alive, that you didn't get a chance to work with, who would it be?
Anybody dead or alive? My favorite artist is Donny Hathaway.
Ooh.
My favorite vocalist.
Okay.
If I could work with Donny Hathaway, then I've made it.
Nice.
I'm being very specific. That voice, his creativity. There's a whole bunch of other people I can mention too. But I mean, just mentioning his name right now, the music comes into my mind, and I'm like, man, I wish I could write.
Yeah.
Work with him.
Layla is amazing as well.
Exactly. Layla is amazing. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but that's the first thing that pops into my head. Yeah.
That's amazing. And I love that, because the reason I asked that question is because typically, as producers, songwriters, or whatever, we always have that person as kind of like our pinnacle, and we create everything with that. Like, man, okay, this is my, like you said, if you make it for him, you've made it. So I just wanted to know who that person was for you. That's the only question I have for you.
Yeah, I mean, I want people to feel my music, and I don't know anybody who did that as well as Donny Hathaway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, thank you for that.
No problem, man. Thank you.
All right, who's next?
I'll jump in there real quick, following off of that, Donny Hathaway. First of all, thanks for joining us here on the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man. What'd you do yesterday, brother? You get a chance to go to any record stores and hit up Record Store Day?
I did not get a chance to go out record store because my wife is still very paranoid about me going out and about. And so every venture outside is a chore. So, I mean, we do a fair amount together. But if I say I'm going to hang out in big crowds, I got some splaining to do. So.
Right. Some explaining. Now, the only reason why I asked is because I don't know if you know, they got that Donny Hathaway re-release yesterday.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I'm about to shoot myself. How do I not know that?
Yeah.
I
so only know it because
I came here, man.
Yeah, man. I only know it because I need help. I need help. My name is Laron Q, aka QX69, and I am a vinyl addict. I spend dangerous amounts of money on vinyl lately. I don't know what's going on with me. But that one they didn't have. Of all the records that I bought, that wasn't there.
Oh, wow.
We both in the same boat. We gotta find it.
I tell you, man, if you are into vinyl, it is not a problem. It's something is very right in the world when you find somebody who can appreciate, that warmth sound. You know what I mean? I think the problem is that, people have been deprived of that. Yeah. That's where the problem is.
Yeah. I agree. All right, so I'm ready for this surprise, man. I'm nervous about
I got a question.
Wait, give it to Grim. Grim.
Oh, Grim, you're back.
Hey, how you doing, Steve? Once again, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Grim. I appreciate being here. Thank you.
I have a question. What was your favorite genre of music, or what song that repelled you to say, okay, I really want to get into this industry?
Oh wow, that's a big question. We're going back to my childhood. Growing up as a young person in the 70s. I can't point to. I mean, I love Donny Hathaway, but I have to say it was an era of music. You know, that the 70s music. In the 70s, there was a lot of soul music, man. R&B was soul music with lyrics that meant something. Every slow jam that came on was like, did he just say that? Did he just sing about that? You know, and my brothers and sisters are much older than I am. You know, I have a sister who's old enough to be my mother, honestly. And they listened to a lot of that. And my brain was saturated with that. And just that it's all about feeling music. Even when I did hip hop, you had to feel it. Music had to move you. Yeah. And I think that was born from a lot of the music that I listened to growing up in the 70s, listened to my older brothers and sisters, listened to Kool and the Gang and Isley Brothers and Blue Magic. And I mean, I could go on and on, man, you know? Yeah, you know, so it was more of a genre than a particular artist that affected me. And then, you know, you guys know, once you get bit, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You all in.
That's interesting that you say that. The 70s was a really dangerous place for music because you're coming off of the 60s where everything was like kind of rock almost,
right?
And then you had this real smooth sound, and everything was like, "What is this?" Like even when I, as a you know, just a person who studies music, when I listened to that transition from 1969 to 71, 72, and it's like they just smoothed the whole thing out. You'll have no choice but to listen and just soak it all up. So
that's right. I mean, I'm talking, you know, from 6, 7 years old. I mean, I'm being bombarded with this music, and by the time I was 9, 10, it was like I know what I want to do. I want to do this. I want to figure out how this is done. You know,
that's dope.
That's dope.
You've done it. You figured it out.
I'm still figuring it out, my brother. I'm still figuring it out. Still learning. Still trying to. Still reaching.
That's dope. That's dope.
So, if you guys don't have any other questions, I don't want to. Do you have any other more?
Can I sneak
questions?
one in? Just one.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Shiki.
Steve, I'm just curious about your viewpoints on streaming and artists collecting royalties. I think just because someone, you know, we deal with a lot of independent artists, and I think there's like this shift in the way that music business is kind of done. Mm-hmm. And I think like if you have the business mind, like you mentioned before, if you learn the business and you know that that's just one avenue to get potential royalties, it's a way to do it. You know, there's a way to make money there. Mm-hmm. But I think a lot of artists kind of just sometimes get turned off on, you know, going through the channel that's going to pay the least amount in royalties and stuff like that. Do you have any advice on, I guess, for independent artists, you know, in terms of putting their music on different platforms and stuff like that?
Yeah. I would say there's two perspectives I have on that.
Okay.
If you're trying to get known, if you want people to know who you are, then go on all streaming platforms, because it's not about the money at that point. It's about exposure. The more places you can be seen, the better. We all want to eat, we want to make money, but it depends on what your goal is. Now, if that is not a priority, if you're just like, you know what, I want to be able to do what I love and make a living off it, then be selective. I don't put music on Spotify. Spotify doesn't pay.
Right.
So I don't. To me, Spotify, my music goes on Spotify if I want to be known, if I want, you know, exposure. I don't go on Spotify. I don't go someplace that doesn't pay to get paid.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So wow, that is the simplest breakdown of streaming I may have ever heard. Yeah. But I mean, you really did allude to what it is. It's about exposure versus money. And that's why I push things like Bandcamp. I have a funny story, and I don't even know if I should say this, but real quick, I was able to speak to someone who works at very high in Spotify, like a Spotify exec. And I had dinner with this guy just randomly. and I mentioned Bandcamp, and he had no idea what it was. And I think that's extremely interesting, just because, it's like, yeah, you can actually make money on Bandcamp. I actually make money I've made more money on Bandcamp than I've ever made on Spotify. And that's kind of crazy when you really think about it, so what you just said just hits home directly to an artist such as myself, because when you're in that indie realm, do you want to monetize or do you want to be famous?
Right.
What's more important to you,
And we were just having that, and I kind of asked that question because we were just having this internal debate. We're working on essentially like a collection of beats. We're going to do like a beat tape. And it's the age-old debate whenever talking with multiple creatives on how we want to release something as independent producers. So thank you for that wisdom, because that you put it in a great way that will help us make our decision, hopefully.
I would say any place you can find where music needs to be played, sell your music there. Even YouTubers. I have YouTubers who say, listen, man, I'm tired of my music sounding like everybody else. And they can't afford to pay the royalties. So I sell them music. And I make it so affordable. It's like, it's a no-brainer for me not to do that. I think volume at that point. You know what I mean? There's so many places, I know companies, corporations. I won't drag this out too long. They're doing PowerPoint presentations, and they're scouring YouTube looking for, background music for their PowerPoint and other things. That's a customer. I have music.
Right.
So I would set up a platform where people can get access to your music no matter what they're doing.
Got my wheels turning, Steve.
Go knock on corporate doors and say, listen, y'all want some music for those big videos you're shooting for your corporate presentations? I got you. They'll buy your music. They will.
Well, guys, this is my last week on the show.
Okay, so in the interest of time, I know I keep being that annoying guy who keeps trying to cut off the conversation, but we don't want to. We can do this all night.
Yes.
And
there'll be part 2 and part 3.
Right, exactly.
Yes, Steve, please come back again.
Yeah, well, we're gonna bring you back for sure. You have brought us so much.
It would be my pleasure. I love it here, man. This is good vibes right here, man. I like this.
Right. It's vibes, definitely. You've brought us a wealth of knowledge. You brought us a wealth of experience, and I'm sure our listeners and we most importantly appreciate everything that you've given us. But you have another gift to give us tonight. So as our listeners know, the format is that we always try to challenge ourselves as producers to make a new piece of music every week. We have 5 producers who make a different piece of music based on the challenge. And since you have such an extensive library of music that you've worked on, you are going to present us with the stems to something special. And I'm actually not even gonna let you say what it is. I'm gonna play it, and you actually kind of spoiled it already. I'm kind of mad, but it's all right. It's all right. So I'm gonna just play it, and then the people can possibly figure it out. Then we'll tell you what it is. So this is the track that we're gonna be doing next week.
Pete, don't play the whole thing because we'll get a YouTube issue. But
that's right.
Give it a snip. Give us a snip.
Yeah, give you a little snip. All right, yeah. We'll snip it.
Don't even do that. Make them come back for the next show. All the anticipation you just built up right there. That's
enough. Oh,
yes.
Man.
As we know, Steve Keitt is the producer of the Martin theme song. The Martin theme song. So this week's challenge, we will get
don't even know
to the Martin theme song.
Gina,
how do y'all feel about that?
Gina,
I'm gonna just say, I might stay with y'all for another week, man. I just finished typing up my resignation. I'm gonna put it on the desk.
Hey, gentlemen, this is a cassette from 1994.
Wow.
Do you know in 94 people weren't recording on a computer. The stems was 2-inch tapes and cassettes. No DAT tape. So I dug this up, and what I found was 1994's version of what stems were, right? So I have the Martin theme. without the bass, without the beat, with the beat, with different flavors of it. You can chop it up, you can flip it around, you can use it to create your own if you want to hear how the music was broken down. I just want to quantify. This is a cassette tape from 1990. So limit your expectations.
Right.
But I broke it all down for you. You'll have a version of it without the beat. You'll have a version without the beat and without the bass, or with the bass and without the. You'll have some different flavors of it, and you can chop it up, flip it around, do what you want with it, or take it and just use it to create your own thing based on what you hear. Whatever you want to do. But I'm going to send that over to Piso now, man. Have fun with it.
I'm gonna have so much fun with this thing.
And one of the challenges is a cassette tape from 1994. We're going to challenge your audio cleanup skills.
Oh man, wow. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's do this.
I'm excited. Some more EQ plugins.
You're welcome, guys. You're welcome. So yes. Wow, we're so gracious to you for being here this week and bringing us this extreme, super polished gem. I know the guys are extremely excited.
Yeah, man, it was a real pleasure, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Steve,
so
I'm gonna be so quiet in the chat this week.
Hopefully I know we're gonna be quiet because everybody's been cooking. Steve, hopefully you come back next week and listen to what we've done.
I will. Yeah.
And it's going to be a really fun experience for us.
Oh man, have fun with it, man. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with, man. And again, I really appreciate you having me on. It's a real humbling experience, man. And I look forward to next week. Piso, as soon as I hang up, man, I'll send you the link where you can download that stuff.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Nice meeting all of you.
You too, man.
Steve. Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Oh my
man, bro.
How you like them apples, guys?
All right.
P. MVP.
Okay.
I'm at to call BDB and tell her BDB. I'm about to do the remix, BDB.
Yo, listen, hold up, man.
It's just gonna be Martin references all week. By the way, so
wow.
Yo, I'm shutting my chat off. I can't even talk to y'all this week. Once I get that, I don't want to talk to nobody. Because y'all know I normally drop like 4 or 5 beats in the chat. No, not this week. I'm quiet. I'm not.
See, I need those tonight, bro.
Yo, right. Listen.
I'm gonna get it to y'all as soon as I get it. I promise. I won't hold it.
You already got it. I know my man is consistent.
Right.
You
he got it already,
bro.
He got it already.
Wait a minute. Did you give us a clue? Did you give us a clue? And I'm looking at him. We gotta go back to the
he told us
signal.
days ago. He was like, "E, you gonna go crazy."
yeah, he did say that. That was the only
because me and E have spoken about Martin before. Like we're talking about how hard it is to stream. You can't stream it unless you have like Sling TV or something crazy.
Yeah,
bro. Man. Wow.
And I had Sling TV for a month, and Nicole and I just binged Martin, and we're just laughing our asses off the whole time.
Yo, that'd be good. I need to go back.
But also, props to Steve, man. Like, yo, as y'all can see, man, he's a really good dude. And this conversation that we had tonight, every time I see him, we have this type of conversation. And like literally, I can't like walk away from him. Like I'm trying to like do some other stuff, and I'm trapped with him because he's just dropping so much knowledge and he has so much like history. So yeah, man. It's a good show, man, and we're not even done with the
that's the first half of the show.
That's the first half. That's the first half of the show.
So just to put it in perspective, real quick. First off, thank you to Steve for coming through for number one, sharing that platform for artists that's focused on helping artists get the recognition they deserve, and also dropping that jewel that there are way more people that want to listen to music than people who make music, because it's a big misconception. People think that everyone is a music maker and there's no listeners that don't make it. So there's a lot of fans and from the sounds of it, not enough content, not enough good content, quality content. So big shout out to Steve for sharing that point to inspire people who maybe have gotten bogged down thinking that they don't, what's the point of making music or being creative and sounding like everybody else. So kudos to that. And then secondly, for just dropping such, being part of an era that we all grew up in, and then being able to flip that back into 2021, like that's legendary right there. So shout out to Steve. So to everybody who's watching, that was our interview with Steve Keitt. And you know, our next part of the show, we're gonna walk down memory lane. Everybody has one track that they're gonna show tonight, and they're gonna break down the moment in time they were in when they either made it or when that process came about. So one track in a story, and you're gonna get 5. So you know, this is a dope night. So you know, if you haven't got your snacks, your popcorn, if you haven't hit like, subscribe, follow, all of that, jump in there, do those things real quick. We're gonna take a quick break and then jump right into it. And I say quick break, I'm talking like 30 seconds. So I gotta refresh my water. Anybody else?
I could refresh my drink. Cheeky, are we doing a wheel tonight for this memory lane segment?
I don't know. Unless
I think we should.
Okay. So how about you guys go do what you got to do? What's up, Q?
I was just gonna say, for all the viewers out there, hold tight. This show, this crew, they got it, bro. They got stuff coming up for next week.
Oh man.
After. Woo! Time out. We'll be right back. Love you.
You can spin the wheel now. Matter of fact, if you want.
Yeah, whoever wants to rock with me, we'll do the.
I do the wheel spin.
Yeah. Let's do that. So here we go. I'm gonna share my screen. You know, another thing that another thing that Steve said while we're kind of waiting here is that really resonated with me was just talking about like the business could kind of squeeze the love out of music, you know what I mean? Or squeeze your passion out of music, you know what I mean? I feel like as producers, very often you're kind of like sitting there looking at a task. You have to make a track that maybe you don't have your heart in, but you need to do it to kind of get some money, you know what I mean? So, and not even to say that I've was anywhere making that kind of money with music, but at times, like, just, you know what I mean? I think like everybody kind of had that time where you're like, oh man, this is a chore. This isn't, you know, what I remember doing when I was young, where I remember like really loving this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've hit that period a couple times in my life. So, but we do also want to just give a shout out to Fubo TV.
Watch live TV and sports without cable. You can watch ABC, CBS, Fox NBC, ESPN, FS1, Fox News, MSNBC, HGTV, AMC, and 100 plus live channels. Learn more. The monthly subscription is required, and its plan starts at $59.99 per month. Now, if you go to Fubo TV / 3 beats later, you'll get a discount, and it'll take it down to $59.99 per month.
Yeah, it's more money.
They're gonna try to hold you to that. Like, well, they said 5 minutes. Like, what?
Okay, we're gonna do a dummy spin. Okay, I'm just gonna do one dummy spin, and then the next one is who has to present.
I'm so happy that we still preserve the dummy spin.
Yeah.
Really, come on, man.
Dodge the bullet, E. Dodge the bullet, E.
I don't think so. This will be spinning right back around in the same name.
Let's see if that's right. Grim.
Oh,
yeah, I knew it.
All right, Grim. I'm excited, man.
Yo, I'm gonna mute my mic, but I'm seasoned the whole time. All I gotta say is Biggie Smalls is the illest.
Mute up.
Here we are. TEC. Yo. These motherfuckers thought we was gone.
Niggas thought we was
What?
gone, yo.
Remember, yo.
Sick.
We goes nowhere.
You know that shit. Keeping it live. Niggas ain't ready for this. They better get on their knees and repent.
Sound like the ocean flame.
Tell them
Ready for this. What more?
low key.
That's all we do.
Grim Dad. V.
I could go on and on, niggas, and write a book on how I rock microphones that'll leave you whack MC shook. V's in every direction, yo, all clocks down. I come back and represent with my real peeps to Jamestown, yo, all the way around to Mississippi. I'm waiting for one of your whack MCs out here to get lippy. My life is always in danger, nigga, to get hurt. I keep it in the back of my mind until I reach the dirt. MC's best to move on, yo, let me live. You persist to keep it going, so I'ma burn down the bridge.
Flows blow your brains to pieces, more than Reese's. The reason why I do this is for strictly lyrical pleasing, guaranteed to the season, kinda like the maze diseases. So beat this, I lose that ass like Mr. Jesus. We freaked it when we crush fools that snooze. They make fools thinking they can't lose. I abuse, y'all niggas ain't worth nothing but a whole can of booze. All my fam refuse to lose, me and me, about to cause a whole catastrophe. Why you shortly asking me to blast a P? Hit you up something drastically, testing me, there's no passing me. Only failing me, cause you fail to see the TEC inside of me. RCC be damaged automatically. Physically I hurt shit, lyrically I kill shit. Constantly spilling hits with this live text shit. The grip star, clean your style out like an animal. Get damaged quick, trying to flow with the emperor. Amateurs, I'm tempting ya. Hit you up like I'm supposed to. Even your crew told ya, heavy like a jungle boulder. Your neighborhood lyric soldier, I soldier.
Hey yo, check it, yo. I exercise my chicken, come equipped with the wicked. If you really wanna listen, pay your short for the ticket. Smack it comp like I smack my baby's mama for talking. And if she got something to say, I get my baby boo stalking. Fuck it, you bitch niggas on the mic or on streets. My traction on this gridiron is sharper than cleats. This is a tournament of champions, it's a 6-man tag. If you get a move off, and then I let your ass brag. Sweep MCs off balance, roundhouse to the jaw. Technique infinite, too nasty, no flaws. Grim splash your ass in the corner of the ring. Be your diamond cut the nigga, now I see do his thing. Coming off the top rope with the elbow drop. The referee counts 3, it's time to collect our props. Give me space, y'all, I waste y'all like doodle in a commode. Uppercut you to your stomach and watch how fast you fold. I don't need for you to run up, I tickle these MCs like pussy. I shove you off the plank while you timidly push me, just check it. Better respect it or pay the price of pain. Fuck the fame, pay my bills, child. It's Destiny's game. Pimp these games cause they love low key. You the motherfucking man, that's what these hoes tell me. Your sweepstakes is high plane. Are you ready for the battlefield? I hope you got your motherfucking gather shield, cause how we do our thing, y'all. We make the track bang, y'all. Assassin in the hood, step up front, I wish you would. How we do our thing, y'all. We make the track bang, y'all. Assassin in the hood, step up front, I wish you would. How we do our thing, y'all. We make the track bang, y'all. Assassin in the hood, step up front, I wish you would. How we do our thing, y'all. We'll make the track bang, y'all. Assassin in the hood, step up front, I wish you would.
Wow.
I wish you would, nigga.
That shows your age, bro.
Yo.
Wow. Grim has bars?
Grim was the first member of Camp Low.
Wow.
That was Camp That was pre-Uptown Saturday Night Camp Low right there. That song was
done.
Memory Lane. The memory.
That was done in
what year was that done? What year was that done?
93, 94.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
And Grim did the beat.
Wait, that was 90. Yo, honestly,
like 93, 94.
I thought that song was a lot later.
Yo, when dude said Grim on the beat, bro. I said, wait a minute, man. Grim on the beat?
Yeah, that was like 93, 94. Yeah,
that drink sound like
that sounded at least late 90s.
Yeah.
Wow. That was kind of ahead of its time for 93, 94. That sounds like some Mobb Deep shit.
Yeah, shout out to my man V and Low Key too, man. That's my people. So, you know, he threw me a track, man. I said, yo, man, give me something we did back in the day.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that as far as this memory lane session we're going through, Grim is going to have the oldest track. Yeah, because I definitely don't have stuff from 94.
I was 12.
Yo, my age, bro.
I was 12.
That's what's up, bro.
He said Grim gonna have the oldest track.
No, but I was trying to say that as props, like experience.
Oh
like,
yeah, I was thinking about that.
Dope.
Like,
That's dope that you brought.
Don't trip, Krim. I got your back.
Yeah,
I got your back.
thank you, Q. Thank you, Q.
Q about to sing it. Q go have something from '88.
Q,
Set it straight.
Don't leave me out, Q.
I wish I did have. If I would have thought of it, I would have played something from '88 too.
Oh my God.
All right, guys, let's keep this session going, guys.
Wait. Grim, any other stories behind that? First off,
man.
How did you make the beat? Can you at least give us that?
We used a Boss. My man low key had a Boss 990, I believe.
Oh wow, yeah.
And we had the Casio FZ1, which something we should have always kept because that was one of the best samplers in that time. It was like even better than the MP or whatever you had out there. It was like, we didn't understand it at the time, but it was like one of the best samplers. So everything came out clear. It wasn't no distortion when you chopped up your beats, nothing, man. So yeah, that was magical, man. That was when the love was high. We was just having fun, we went to the studio and just having fun, just doing demos, trying to get signed to anybody.
They didn't put that out?
No, I mean, we brung it, like I would bring it to New York and let people at labels here, like my peoples who connected here, whatever, but nothing really jumped off like that. Everybody had their own little crews and stuff like that, who they was focused on, so.
See, that's why we gotta do compilations and drop some vinyl, because I can hear that coming off my turntable. And just, bro, I don't know. I was Diddy bopping here in the whole nine. I'm like, yo, that joint is hard.
Appreciate it.
So
good, those joints is one of the joints in the tuck, man.
Yeah, Vintage. I love that, man. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, that sound like it should have been on Uptown Saturday Night album, bro. Like, not even joking. Like, and to me, and anybody who know me know that that's my favorite hip hop album. So when I say that, it's a compliment. Like that, man. Wow, dude. I hear that, and I hear Lucchini.
Yeah, bro, that's the essence of when we used to really dig in the crates, like really go to these people's houses and be like, you want those records? You want us to clean it out? Like, all right, yeah, we take them records. It'd be like 5 crates. We taking them.
I just tell us he robbed people.
You want the records? We take robbing nobody.
They're just low key. That's how y'all rob people.
Listen, you gotta be low. You gotta be low about that, man. We on YouTube,
man, bro. That gonna make. I want robbing nobody.
We used to go to people's house and ask them, "Do you want them records?" We take them.
Yo, they be throwing them out, man. They be like, "This stuff, man. My uncle done passed, and man, he had these records in here for like 20 years.
Right.
Like, I'll take them."
Hey guys, Avon's having a beauty deal.
Yes, they are.
Man, Grim was looking in the obituary section. So.
He was coming
like,
by.
Who's dying?
Pretending to sell insurance. He was pretending to.
Yo, Zennies actually, I actually have like 4 pairs of Zennies, so they're actually legit. I actually really co-signed this sponsorship for a change.
Yeah, you see how Corey was like, yo, let's
enough.
Just cut this. Enough of the advertisements. He zoomed out.
I mean, I'm just saying,
like going to Zenny.com right now, like actually, this pair. All right, no dummy spin. It's just gonna go with who it goes on. I need to take Grim off, obviously. Oh boy, there's your dummy spin. Okay,
Grim, play the other track.
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Can't wait to see what this guy's got.
Oh, I got some surprises too, actually. So bear with me, everybody.
Oh, is he pulling out here?
He got people over there. He got his people waiting there. He got his friends over there just waiting.
About to be and a 1 and a 2.
He got a live band.
Don't spoil the surprise.
Don't mess this up for me, guys. All right. Go.
Okay, hang on. Share screen. I have to learn how to do this again. Yes, share. Okay, so I will just say a couple things about this Memory Lane episode. First is I had to go out and buy a CD-ROM drive because I have stacks and stacks of CDs. Wow. Like I just took all of the case, just like stacks and stacks and stacks, and we just made a move, and they almost didn't make it because my wife was like, "Hey, We should throw these away. You can almost hear her laughing in the background. I think she's watching the show. But yeah, I was like, no. This is my history. All right. So we're about to play a track, and it's I'm gonna play it and then I'll tell the story behind it. Can you hear that?
Yeah, we hear.
Uh-oh. Mute up, fellas.
Since back in the day, since Big Bro with Pop. Since back in the day when my moms met my pops. Ahead of my time, I've been here before, so I had to hear rhymes, and that's why. 8 Philly on another level, man. Breathe with the bass. Push on to the trouble, man, the devil, man. Me and him done had some talks, don't understand my struggle. Thin line I walk between them. Things I know is right and wrong, but it seems like my brother's been hustling for so long. And when I hold my gun, I just feel so strong. It's my life. Raps Kurt Cobain, get your hands up. In the street, take over shit. Switching plans up your mans. What the illest rapper you ever heard? But all they ever talk about is just how we sold birds and how we focus 24-inch rims on the curb. See, me, I do the same, but make sure it's absurd. Cause I'm engaged to letters and I'm married to words. Blow, city man, rock with me, man. Step up in the spot, catch faces. Always looking shitty, man. Got my gun with me, man. I'm blazing, man. Really, man, you ain't on my fucking level. Get with me, man. Blow.
Behold the new addiction, 'cause we're global like fashion, and we're stranger than fiction. Behold the new addiction, 'cause we're global like fashion, and we're stranger than fiction.
Hey yo, I'm about to blow. Ain't it crazy when I blaze an ounce of dro? Eyes lazy, I got fire in my flow. Way I blaze beats, rap, fuck, rock and roll. And it made me serial killer of rap. I'm not frontin', man. Jeffrey Dahmer, Charles Manswell, and the son of Sam in one. You see my knife, you gon' really wanna dance. You be straight, all them shaking and doing the running man. Blow City, he's so flow, it's so gritty. You wanna roll with a real nigga, then roll with. Come on, now river raps. People just flow with me. Krispy Kreme duds and sweet. Eat them and smoke Phillies. Get rappers for they rhymes. Let the sticker begin. It's like you feel the world end when I pick up a pen. Come on, don't drop bombs cause the bomb is within. Hey yo, the soap opera's on. Let the drama begin. Let's go.
All right. So that sorry to change the vibe up.
Yo, all I kept hearing was cough medicine. I just kept saying, yo, whoever did that needed hella cough drops after that session, dude. Was that you?
That was you?
No, that was Maddie.
He was doing a double time thing though, right?
That was Maddie K. So
yeah, Maddie K. Shout out Maddie K, man.
Shout out Maddie K. And guess what? We got special announcements from everybody who made this track. But I just want to say really quick, I'm going to give it 2 seconds. One of the curses of just like loving all types of music is that when you try to create music, it just becomes this gumbo. And at the time I was playing in rock bands, I was playing in jazz bands, I was playing in R&B bands, I was playing at a church. And when we created music, we just kind of like blended everything together. And me and my boy James together, we were Cheeky Beats. So shout out James. That's
shout out Cheeky Beats, man.
Keaton. And this track kind of culminated in an interesting time when we were rocking with P. P is on that track, and obviously shout out Philly.
Shout out Philly. My best friend Philly. Oh man, he
should have never stopped rapping, yo. I swear he had the rap voice.
So like voice. When I really first started rapping, I started rapping with my best friend Philly, and we were just doing everything together. And he is on that record. He started off, and I listen to it. He definitely out-rapped me on that. Clearly. And
so he out-rapped everybody.
so I'm gonna still try to be quick because everyone has like 7 minutes basically to get their track out. So long story short, like this just was like everybody I was rocking with at the time, and we made a beat. And actually, James started the idea of like a rock track, and then Buffalo, New York has like a pretty big hardcore music scene that influenced the track because you hear the second half of the song has that weird breakdown. That's hardcore music right there. I mean, at the time, you think about it, like Linkin Park was kind of doing shit with Jay-Z and all that stuff. That was like early 2000s. But anyways, I do have to do this because I spent a lot of time trying to make this happen. And I got 2 shout outs here. We got
what?
Wow. I remember one night we were at my house, me, Andy, and Corey. And I remember, man, we turned off all the lights in the house, and I think we closed that door in my music room, and we played for hours. Didn't look at each other, didn't talk. We just played. We felt we were on like a whole plateau. We lost track of time. It was just so much fusion. It was amazing. And honestly, that moment when I made my part of that beat was inspired by that moment. And it reminded me, like, music is music. Styles that's some shit that we made up, but we really just took it to a new level. We added so much, from rapping to screaming to drum and bass to hip hop. I mean, the whole thing was amazing, and everybody did their thing, and it was something else, man. That was a great memory for me, for real.
Oh wait, Cheeky for life. Okay, and then really quick, guess what? And I apologize because
you better not have Philly on here.
Because that's the only one I couldn't.
I should have brought. I mean, I was literally just talking to him earlier.
It was crazy.
What? No!
Wow.
Yo, so real quick, Matt talked for 5 minutes. I told him, like, give me 2 minutes, and he's like, here's 5 minutes. So I'm gonna play a little bit of this, and then we're gonna cut it. So
I remember coming up with the hook, and you guys were just kind of like, behold the new addiction. Cause we're mobile like fashion, we're stranger than fiction. And I was just trying to go for a thing where it's like, all right, this is what's happening right now. And there was a lot of like hard rap metal kind of stuff going on. But I wanted us to do it better. And I remember that was the whole idea. We all wanted to do it better than what was happening, which is to be, just to say, representing the hip hop end of it a little more like seriously, and then the hardcore parts being a little more like legit hardcore. And my favorite parts of those songs have to do with that, like, there's that breakdown part later where you got these like double bass things, and those parts were dope. And then I'm like, all right, well, should I scream? Should I like do some scream vocals? And I haven't done those in fucking probably like 20 years at this point. But then I was like, all right, let's do some screamed vocals. So we laid down some screamed vocals. That shit was wild. But the thing was, you sent me the version of this track that's driving me out of my mind, because there is a final version of this track that has everything that we were going for. Like, I remember being super pleased with it, and then hearing it again about 15 years later and being like, this is still tight. God, I hope you find
cut it there, Matt. So sorry for taking up too much time. Passing.
No, you're not taking up too much time. I'm mad at you because I could have got Philly. He would have totally dropped some knowledge about his perspective. And I just have to give my insight because I was also part of that record. It was so different. Like when you mentioned Linkin Park and Jay-Z, the fusion of how they did that. I too love all that different styles of music. I literally still listen to like a lot of metal and things like that. Like when I work out and stuff, like I still listen to that stuff. So rapping over that stuff was very just like, ooh, what are you doing? Like, we hip hop, we're over here and they're over there. So that song kind of like fused a lot of different styles of music at a time where that wasn't really the wave. So that was just a creative record. And listening to it now for the first time in like over a decade is just like, wow, it's crazy. That was really crazy.
It's crazy that wait, before you go to the wheel, I want to because I wasn't on that track, but the degrees of separation with everybody here is crazy. So Philly is my cousin. Like what? Yes, Philly's my cousin, number one. And then me and Pete ended up doing a song with Matt. We can't find the song.
Ah, shit.
Which one are you talking about?
Like a ghost song.
Oh, like a ghost.
Right.
Wait, we can't find it.
I can't find that song. You said
can't
you don't
find
have
it.
But we did a track with Matt as well. And that was the first time I met him.
I have like Corey, okay. I have a stack of CDs. I didn't have time to go through it, but I do have a CD drive. Remind me, I'm gonna find Like a Ghost because that record was fire too.
Good.
Wow.
Right, but yeah, so go ahead to the wheel. I just wanted to say, like, it's crazy how all this stuff ties in, man.
The levels of nostalgia right now. Yeah, the waves of nostalgia.
Crazy.
Dope music, man.
So you have it.
Dun, dun, dun. I just knew it was gonna be me. All right, so I'm gonna be quick because my song is unfortunately it's kind of long, but the first thing I wanted to show y'all is kind of like one of the births of my hip hop career was I'm gonna make sure hopefully get it in the camera. This is the XXL 2008. What year is this? I can't see the year. Let's just say, it's October 2008 issue, the XXL magazine with Lil Wayne on the cover.
Wayne.
And in the back, towards the end.
Right, where they put the emerging artist spot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where they put the beard cream advertisements.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I gotta turn my off. Because y'all can't see it. Oh wait, no, okay, you can't see it right there. A little bit. So Chairman's Choice. Shout out Chairman Mao. There's a little thing about a guy named Picasso at the time. This was I'm trying to do this. All right, there we go. That's the cover of the single. This is the single art cover. That's not even the album cover. That's the single cover for my Mr. Hollywood single. Which is the first single, which is the first single I put out ever. And I got it, and I got in XXL with it, so I was pretty proud of that. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. That was kind of a big moment in my career.
Yo, but how many of those magazines did you buy? I would have walked into the store and said, "Yeah, I'll take all of these."
Yeah, I should have done that. I only have one. What do you go figure?
Real quick, before wait. I don't want you to downplay your story. Wasn't that like your first year in New York though? Like you got to New York, you just got there and dropped and then got XXL. Like don't downplay it, Pete.
Coming from Buffalo,
you was there for like 6 months.
This is pre-Griselda Buffalo. Let's be clear. This is pre-Griselda Buffalo.
Yeah,
nobody was coming out of Buffalo with anything. And I linked up with the record label High Water Music. I know Grimace was talking about Mint Plus. Shout out Mint Plus. Mint Plus is also on High Water Music. Shout out Susio Smash.
Yes, sir.
Being on High Water Music, I was able to get that link as well as some other things. So that's pretty dope. But once again, in the interest of time, because this is going to be a long episode, but So this mixtape, this is my first mixtape. This is when I went by the name Picasso. So I probably should explain my name real quick. Picasso. I'm crazy. My original rap name was Paradox Picasso. I squashed it down to Picasso, then Picasso, then eventually Piso. I don't know why. It's weird. So this is my first mixtape. And I was going, shout out Anwar Morris. He did the artwork for this.
Shout
Literally,
out Stone Phalanges.
I was hanging out with Homeboy Sandman last week, and he told me about this mixtape. He was like, "Yo, P, do you still have that mixtape you gave me when we first met each other?" I was like, "Yeah, I on CD somewhere." He's like, "Bro, there's a joint on there that's so hot. I remember it. It was so fire." I'm like, "I know what song you're talking about. I can't believe that you still remember that because it's been more than 10 years." And that's the song I'm going to play because I was playing it for my wife today, and she was like, "That's fire. You need to play that." I was going to play this other song, that the first song I did with Cheeky Beats. I'm sorry, Corey. I know I said I was going to play that one.
That's all right.
But that's not the.
I'm crying.
That's not the one I'm going to play. I got to play this record. And
Cheeky was like, "If I know you weren't going to play me, I wasn't going to play you."
Yeah, I know. I take my song back. Wait, you know what though? You know what's funny though? P's next track has to be called "In the Interest of Time."
in the interest of time,
because
I said that 17 times tonight.
This will be a 20-minute segment.
Hey, that's the sample challenge for next time. In the interest of time, find a way to flip that interest of time.
But I'm about to play the record, but real quick, the only reason I get emotional with the song because when I made this beat, it was like the best beat I ever made. I was like, wow, it blew me away. And then I got Philly on it. We already talked about Philly. He's one of my best friends. And I got my boy Adam, Analyst, who also does not rap anymore.
Shout out Adam.
And then there's local Buffalo talent, female rapper named Itina. She's also on it too. And
the anomaly.
Everybody just went off on this record. And it's a very emotional song because at that time I was like, I don't want to do hip hop. This is before the high water stuff, before I moved to New York and everything. I was like, I don't want to rap anymore. So when you listen to my verse, it's me talking about quitting hip hop because I was done with it. And I don't know, I kind of get emotional when I listen to the song because it's really dope. And on top of which, it really means a lot to me. So thank y'all for taking the journey with me. And I'm gonna shut the heck up so I can play it real quick. All right. So the name of the song is Inner Conflict by Piso featuring Itina, Analyst, and Philly. All right, here we go. Oops, sorry, I'm sharing the wrong screen. My bad, y'all. It's weird when you're using a CD, you don't know how to even play it. I should have ripped it. Where's my mouse?
Been so long.
I apologize, y'all. Here we go. I'm good now. All right. Yeah. That's the wrong song. Sorry, that's also the wrong song. Hold on. Okay, I found it now. Sorry. This is track listings. The tracks are not even labeled, so I can't even find it. This is a song. All right, meet up, y'all. I found it. Finally found it. We're mixing into it now. It's on a mixtape, so we gotta mix in.
When something is broken and you trying to
it's Picasso, the future was now.
Long time coming, so ashamed of the distance between my soul and the one responsible for my existence. Not a coincidence, hence my flow revolves around the one we call most high. Toast to money, weed, and hoes. Most young guys do nowadays, even those I know who was led astray. I pray a better day comes when you fulfill your life's purpose. Wise men know the truth hurts, kid, and I'm hurting. Soul searching my verses, my confession to obsession, worldly possessions, only to learn God's lesson, to use his weapons, to fight against the demons that I beat when I'm stressing. Satan's deception, my recollection, heavy collected, poison perfected, weekend my only protection, that's all I'm left with, defeat effortless, I pray forgiveness, I'm no better than the next man, just blessed to receive God's blessings.
something be confusing me. And it's funny, it feels like you abandoned me at the same time. You managed to be still here, cause I still breathe air, and at times you suffocate me. Am I designed to be in this environment? You say you ain't fair, but I ain't buying it. Cause last year was more smiles and less tears. And you say you ain't a bowl of cherries, but you were so sweet yesterday. Today tastes like old grapes, so fake. You move so fast that you pocket the past. Sometimes I wanna get rid of you, but that's suicide. You could be a friend, but then who am I? Life is so genuine till tears past eyes. Now I'm trying hard to speak and fighting with my weekend, driven to distraction, so part of the plan. When something is broken and you try to fix it, trying to repair it any way you can.
In my head I'm screaming, scheming on ways I can't defeat my inner demons, but days are getting harder and it's seeming that I can't put my problems to rest. I'm fighting with my weak hands, steadily losing against my weak flesh, but I guess that's how a man is made. I was told if puss is being thrown, better catch it like a cold and blow. Had my first taste at 12 years old, don't get it confused, that shit is not what I condone. Took too many risks with these chicks, through all of this I feel like I'm blessed. Never became number 36, cause hitting dirty chicks can leave you in a dirty ditch, and lust has taken toll on all of my relationships. So wrapped in the physical views, with love I got lust confused. At times I even tried to fuse it too, ending up abusing who? Any woman in my past. So thoughts clash because of strong mothers what I had and still have. Nightmares of becoming my dad. Why can't I pass the puss whenever puss is being passed? In a conflict, it's with lust that I fight. Got faith, I'ma make it through God's wisdom and might.
Trying hard to speak and fighting with my weekend, driven to distraction, so part of the plan. When something is broken and you try to fix it, trying to repair it any way you can.
I live for it, I die for it, I laugh for it, I cry for it. Between my born day and these awkward nights, this rap shit became the start of my life. Can I offer advice? If hip hop is a part of your life, you gotta make your song sharp and precise. So I'm arguing nights with myself about the money I blow on studio sessions, feeling the flow. Am I ever gonna blow? Am I wasting my time chasing the grind, printing up CDs, lacing my rhymes? Gotta make up my mind, cause the way I'm living sad but true. When your only fucking fan is you, and I'm dragging through the muddy rivers of my life. Should I travel back to school or should I rip it on the mic? I'm sick, yo, fuck this rap shit, I quit. I'm just a man and it's part of the plan. It's part of the plan.
So talking is real, and I feel like a lot of
work.
Wow. Wow.
Yo.
Shout out analyst too.
Yeah, analyst.
I got an analyst track.
He lives in
That
Korea.
was dope, yo. That was dope.
Analyst lives in Korea now. He works for Samsung. He's been living there for like 3 or 4
wow.
years. Yeah, I talk to him every week too. So those are two. Both of those guys are still my homies. I haven't spoken to Itina since then.
Yo, Itina's doing big things, man.
Yeah.
Yo,
she's doing big things.
Her
man.
verse is nice too.
She goes by AI the Anomaly now, and she does a lot of work with the youth. She does a lot of video work with youth, but she got a deal, music deal where she does a lot of work. But she's doing her thing. Big shout out to her.
That's what's up. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, like I said, I get emotional when I hear that record because you know, I remember making it. And I remember like everyone was just like punching me in the face, like this beat is so hot. And that's a Coldplay sample too. And I'm just like, it's a really straight up sample. But I'm like, I listen to it, I'm like, damn, I kind of flipped that. Bro.
Yeah.
Yo, is that the mixtape that we was pushing at that show where
probably
that's the show? Yeah, we was at that show where Lupe, right? The Brooklyn Fest with Lupe under the bridge. And that was when Kick Push was getting a lot of burn.
Yo, and Philly's verse, man. Yo, we're getting everybody out of retirement. Everybody's coming out of retirement tonight. That's it. Son. Get Adam on the phone, get Philly on the phone. You saw me, I already got Matt on the phone. And
yo, I'm mad at Matt because I was like, yo, you brought Matty out.
Wow. Matt is a beast, man. Matt can do anything.
Amazing, man.
Wow, this has been a fun night, guys.
We'll spin, man.
All right, let's keep it going. We are way over time, so here we go. Let's do it. Let's spin this wheel. Last wheel spin, and we'll know who's going next, and then after that. P, that is, and you know, P,
Ooh.
Oh, comes the sneaky dope beats. He's like, oh, you know, I don't know. I don't know what I did here. And then bam. Oh, guys, you know, you guys have like musicianship. Bam. All right.
That was a sample. It was a sample.
Education.
So this is on me, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna just
talk about it, or you just?
I'm just making sure I have it right here. Hold on a second. Hold on. All right, so this track was one of those 4 a.m. tracks when I was out in New York with P. Went to visit P, and like I told y'all before, P runs a slave driving ship. Like whenever you go visit P, you're not gonna go be a tourist. You're not gonna enjoy anything. You're just gonna go and you're gonna make music, and then you're gonna go home. What? Straight to the studio. No food. Like you might get pizza at 4 a.m. That's about it.
You might
get pizza if you do good in the studio. That's it. So this particular song, and I'm gonna do the talking in the beginning because I'm still finding the track because I changed my mind about which one I want to play. This particular song, man, I pulled out all the stops. All right, I was like, yo, tops. Okay, all right. Full disclaimer: this was the first time I ever smoked weed. All right, so I never smoked weed in my life before, like, you know, actually to consume it. I took a puff and like, what is this? I'm done. But P was like, yo, hit this. I'm like, man, dude, it's 4 a.m, man. I ain't trying to do this. He's like, no, it's for real. Yo, 10 minutes later, we grabbed the Steely Dan record and we came up with the craziest song. So I'm about to play that.
This song is so much fun.
Crazy fun, man. So I'm about to play it. And yeah, so everybody mute up. I'm gonna go ahead and play it. And we're gonna do that.
Yes, he gon' get it. Put it in the soul, she gon' feel it. Champagne campaign, please don't spill it. Throw me a dance beat, P gon' kill it. When I say left, slide quick with your dress. When I say right, then you gotta do it right now. Slide. Okay, here we go. He just lays the beat, now here he flow. Looking for the right one, there she goes. She heard my voice on the stereo. Now feel that vibe. Hold my hands, let me feel that slide. Now slide. Now slide. Now slide. We're having a party, and people dancing. Party is jamming. We keep it moving. We do it right. We doing it right, baby. Tell me where you wanna go. I'll take you there, baby. Tell me where you wanna be. I'll take you there, baby. Tell me what you wanna do. I'll take you there, baby. Out on the dance floor, I'm grooving. Sexy ladies are moving. I need to find me somebody tonight. Now I'm rocking with somebody, not just anybody. I think she might just be the one tonight. We're having a party, and people dance. dancing, romancing, glancing, making it last. I'm swerving, observing you, twerking, shaking it fast. We moving and grooving, soothing your soft caress tonight. We grinding and winding, wildin', sliding from left to right. Baby, come closer and touch me, you looking really fine. The way you pop it and drop it, it's like you really mine. I hope you come in with me later, cause I want some more. Or we could just keep on grooving, baby, the night is yours. Now tell me, do you like it? I like it, I like it. Now tell me, do you want it? I want it, I want it. Now tell me, do you need it? I need it, I need it. We doing it right, baby.
I'm gonna stop it there because it keeps going. But listen, all
right.
Wait.
Why stop it?
Because all right, that's how I'm gonna play. But listen, because I'm gonna talk real quick. I never ever did anything like that before. All right, so it was like 17 layers of vocals, and it was all me. All me. Like I was my background, I was my harmony, I was my lead. I had like the Levert voice, I had the Tony background. I was just trying to do everything. I was under the influence, and it came out like that. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about that.
That was fun.
We actually had a name for our little group. It's called the Rescue Squad. We called ourselves the Rescue Squad. We only made 2 tracks and then we quit. So that was it, guys. So yeah. So as you can see, I think even back then I was Iron Man. So you know that's stuck with me for a while.
Sound like Neil, man, singing in that song. What?
Yo, I love that, man. That is like, that's for real. That's official right there.
You know, it's funny. Anwar loves that song, and I don't know how Anwar got a copy of that record.
Everybody randomly has a copy of that song.
Anwar is like a music, like kind of like a librarian. He likes to like keep a lot of music, and I don't know. I must have sent it to him, just like, listen to this dumb shit we did, and he kept it. And he hit me up. He's like, "Yo, I love that record. I played it." He's like, "I play that record all the time," and I'm like, "Really, dude? That little shit we did? Like, we were just fucking around when we did that." But
shout out to P for being a bad influence.
Yes, and not allowing me to do anything but watch Family Guy and make music.
Yo,
the whole time in New York, just watch Family Guy and make music and get corner store sandwiches. So you, man, it's on you, bro.
No need to spin the wheel. I like to spin the wheel with just. Can you spin the wheel with one person on it?
No, just do it with one person. Why?
Why? Yeah, it's because exactly because it's never been done. We're doing stuff that's never been done before.
In the wheel with the same name.
I wonder if while Q's getting ready, I'm gonna see if that actually can happen. But keep going. Q,
do it.
I'm gonna be in experimental mode right now. You guys are a hard act to follow. I will say this though. Everything that was played tonight just needs to go back in the studio and get another mix, a little facelift, put that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got some heat, man. I'm gonna try to play some stuff off my turntable, like I was telling y'all. Let me see if I can show you this. In the beginning, there was vinyl.
It says Q on there.
Q.
Oh man.
Tell us about this. What is this?
This is
that's when you was on Motown?
This is literally the first label that I was signed to.
That's Death Row?
In our records?
Take up.
No.
I don't know if you can see it. It's Sneak Tip Records.
Sneak Tip. Okay.
Sneak Tip. I thought that said Death Row. Well, let's say word. Let me find out.
Sneak Tip used to be, well, the actual label is Newborn Records, like the subsidiary or whatever. Yeah. Shout out to my boy DJ Alfredo. It's the shout out section real quick. Let me get this out the way real quick. Yo, y'all see me, fellas? Check it out, fellas. I'm about to tell them about the story, the Sneak Tip Record story, the Newborn Record story, the Gossip Record story, Millennium Music Incorporated story, the guys that was, helping out all kinds of house music heads back in the days. But shout out to DJ Alfredo, who was the first person to actually give me a independent deal. So this is how they did it back in the days. They gave me cash. They put out some hard copies, you know what I mean? And this album or this EP means a lot to me, bro. It's 4 different songs. One of them was played like religiously on Hot 97 for about a summer, the summer that this dropped. We're gonna play that shit for you
What
right
summer
now.
was that? What year?
We need dates.
Stop digging, P.
We need dates.
To keep it funky, to keep it real funky and not lie to y'all, because my memory is bad. 1996.
Oh, Grim.
Nice. Grim wins the night. Grim.
Nice. I mean, 96
that's why I said that.
96 was a good year, though. I mean, to be on 97, exactly. I mean, that's
you had Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie.
Really?
Well, I mean, look, this is a very experimental house joint, and that was Hot 97, where at midnight they started playing house music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me see if this works. I'm gonna have to share my screen. Where is it? All right, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, how are you gonna play the vinyl? I'm interested to see how you're gonna.
I'm gonna try to share it through Ableton. If I'm looking at this right,
record it in.
You guys should hear this. Dang it. All right.
Yo, this is.
Yeah, we hear it.
Is that echoing or is this one?
No, it's clear.
Good.
I'm just gonna go through a little bit. This record is called Sex Addict. To the break.
I'm a sex addict. 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 Sex addict.
All right, there's a lot going on right there. There's a lot of madness going on. I just want to kind of show what was going on in my.
So you produced that?
Drug-fueled mind. Yeah, this is my first experiments into house techno as a hip hop head, being like, how everybody that's in my crew was just killing it, just putting out release after release, and I'm still stubborn in my hip hop head. I'm hanging out with these guys. I'm listening to this music all day. I'm helping them make some of their songs, giving them sounds, but I just couldn't get my own tracks going. So shout out to Fredo, because Fredo was the first to believe in me and say, you know what, I got you. I'm gonna put money behind you, dog. We putting this out right now. Took me over to Jerry and everybody out in Queens, Sneak Tip Records. Peace to y'all. Peace to Garcia, John Garcia, Jose Nunez, Harry Romero, Keith Littman, Gossip Records for everybody. Man, this was something. But there's 4 songs on this. I'm just gonna flip through. And
I heard a little bit of a sample.
Oh, okay. That's what I was gonna try to break down y'all there.
Oh no, keep going. Keep
samples going on. She's y'all remember on HBO when they had Real Sex?
Yes.
The series.
Yep.
So this is back in the days I would record off of either VHS or whatever, you know, how you used to be able to record your shit.
Why were you recording Real Sex on VHS?
Because I'm trying to get samples. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about that house music shit, sex sells. Literally, my whole thing with this shit, like, bro, somebody's like, just make a sexy record. And I was like, how do I make a sexy record? Like, just sample some females talking about sex. It's like they can go about it different ways, but I'm watching television at the time, and the shit is, I'm like, oh shit.
So yo, mom, you don't gotta watch this part.
Sorry, Mom. But I mean, you know, it's the ladies talking. Mom should probably time out on this one, because if you think that story's bad, it's gonna get worse. But this song was the one that was being played every night at midnight during the summer of '96, religiously. Like, you could set your clock to it, setting the parties off. Shout out to DJ Glenn Fisher at 97. You know, giving that little quick peek. Just let you hear the drum work. That's the track I made called Feeling Good. Hold on, I'm trying to get to the breakdown now. These house records, it's all about just dropping in the those are samples from the Watch Stack live concert. That was Rufus Thomas screaming to the crowd, "Hey!" And then, that was my thing, always trying to bring in hip hop or soul samples to this house world.
That's dope. That's dope.
You know what I mean?
History,
just killing them with low end. That's all it was about. I'm trying to tear your speakers up. If that's all y'all want, fuck it, we going low. You know what I mean? Like, and surprisingly, it worked. Like, it worked. I don't know what the hell I was doing. These were all experiments. We were clowning, and then this one record in particular in the back. Kids, drugs are bad, okay? Drugs are bad. It's already sinking into the hole. They love us. I don't know why, but they feeling just basically a break beat that goes on with flips in and out.
That's hot.
Sample in the back saying, "This is hip hop music and this is all we got." Sample that from the show. That's Grandmaster Melly Mel, I believe. There's Bone Thugs and Harmony. This is the result of. See, back in the day, MDNA was legal, first of all, so we didn't really know what the hell we were doing. Yeah. And my first night, like,
he said, "Yeah."
Grim knows. Grim was there.
He said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So the night started off horribly, like a bad trip, everything. My boy was like, "Bro, you gotta calm down. You gotta chill. You came here to work on music tonight. Like, just focus on the music." And off the rip, for some reason, I'm playing. This is Summertime in LBC. I just itched it. That wasn't really popular back then. The whole chopped and screwed stuff. I mean, chopped and screwed was happening, but nowhere near in this culture. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I'm gonna take all these hip hop samples and mutilate them and put it into something. And I could go into detail about that. Maybe we'll say that for part 2. But that's my flashback right there. Newborn Records.
Yo, what was that track called? What was that one called?
That track is called Hip Hop Music.
Okay.
In parentheses, this is all we got. This is available on Discogs still, I believe. To all you record hounds, you know. But yeah, that's maybe we'll do that every other month. I'll bring out some volume because these are all mine too, fellas. Like shit, like this. We can talk about, you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
how you had to put out vinyl back in the day. Like,
wait. Hold up the last one you just had, not that one before that. You know the record got carried around in the crate when they had flip it around. That line around it. That's how you know it was in the crate. That's how you knew it was in the crate. The imprint of the record.
Wait, Q. That's not on screen right now. Can you say something? Yeah.
Oh, yo. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Right, so some of the old vinyl pieces, maybe we'll bring these out to play later. You know, shouts out to all the dudes that supported us back in the day. I remember the days when you had to convince somebody to put your stuff on vinyl, even as an independent. And that was the standard. This MP3 stuff threw us for a curve. And I'll end it on this. I was able to actually participate in a authentic, authorized, cleared version of 1999, Prince's 1999.
Wow.
I mix sounds crazy, and of course, drugs are bad, kids. Like it sounds, you know, it's a sound though. It's a sound. We'll get into all of that later. All that techno, black hip hop techno stuff that they slept on. You know.
Wow.
Yo,
shouts out to everybody, man.
Q, what's the state of house music right now? Because I feel like in the last 5 years, I felt like a pretty big resurgence, or it seemed like there's a pretty big resurgence.
I mean, shout out Soul in the Horn. I don't mean to interject, but Soul in the Horn, at least in New York, is like a weekly party that has heavy house, and it's just crazy. Like my wife and I love going to that. Pre-pandemic. Hopefully it comes back. It's on Twitch now, but I'm sure it's going to come back soon in these streets. But at least in New York, there's a lot of people who are really into that whole vibe.
I gotta tell you, sometimes I be feeling like a house fraud, man. I'm like, because I was always the outsider kind of stepping in, you know what I mean? But it surprises me the reaction that some of these records get sometimes. Like I've been out in clubs and heard my records or records I worked on from the 90s played and watch people, yo! I'm like, yo, really? Like, that's tight.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
You know. But yeah, man. Don't be afraid to step outside the box musically, man. It's all music and notes and drums anyway. So, you know,
I agree.
Make a house track, make a country track, make a rock track, make a jazz track.
Sing 17 layers of vocals. Harmonize with yourself.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yo, this was a dope night.
No corners.
If y'all rocking with us still and y'all been rocking with us the whole night, man, drop a comment. Let us know that you're there because we appreciate it. You know, we went longer than normal. We expected it to happen, but we're glad that you're here. If you're watching it on the replay, drop a comment anyway. Let us know you're watching the replay.
Yes.
And
subscribe.
Tell us your favorite year in music. Comment your favorite year in music. Let us know what was your favorite year in music, or what was your favorite song that takes you back to when you first fell in love with music. So leave that in the comments if you can. And we want to thank you for rocking with us, man. You know, we went over our time. We almost at 2 hours right here, but
dang.
For the sake of music and creation and being dope, I feel like this was necessary. So, you know, Cheeky cut the check. You know what I'm saying? I want my overtime. I want my overtime.
Yeah, we need
in the mail.
We need to end each episode with Cheeky cut the check.
Cheeky cut the check, man. but that's serious, man. I'm glad that we were all able to reminisce on some of the old music. First of all, I'm glad we all been doing music for a long time.
Yes,
you know what I mean, because that's the key. Like, this ain't no new stuff to nobody. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I feel like everybody's kind of getting back into it in a one way or another. You know, even P, you know, even though he had like 9 platinum albums out in the last 10 years, he quit music and now he's back. He quits music for 3 months and is like, I haven't done music in a while.
My God.
His numbers are all over the place. Wow.
But
9 platinum albums quit for 3 months. Okay.
Yo, yeah. And I'm kind of mad at you for not playing my song off that mixtape too, but we'll talk about that later.
We could do a whole album on this mixtape. There's so many gems on this. I found
that intro, that vehicular
intro is crazy.
Yo,
intro crazy.
All right, but seriously, listen. All right, I'm gonna say this for real because we be joking all night. I'm gonna say this for real to y'all. If you have a passion, doesn't have to be music, doesn't have to be, you know, in this industry. If you have something that is calling on you to do it. Follow your heart, follow your dreams, make it happen. And if you're thinking in the box, smash the box. And then do whatever you feel. Do whatever you feel is right in your spirit, because you're not going to be happy until you do. So follow your dreams, follow your passions, and do it your way. And eventually you'll find your tribe. This right here, the show you're watching, is a culmination of a bunch of people who finally found their tribe.
Yep.
So here we are. So that's all I got to say. Tonight was dope, and I appreciate everybody's flashbacks.
All right.
Yes.
Next week it's Martin.
Yo,
whoa! You can't just leave it there. We got some stuff. No.
Well, I'll just say this: that the thing that Q is alluding to is that in not this Monday coming up, but the following Monday, June 28th, is our 1 year anniversary. We've been doing this for 1 full year. And this is episode 46 you're watching right now. So by then there will be episode 48. So a whole year, music, funny stories, all that. And we got a special announcement that we're releasing something, and there's going to be a giveaway and contest associated with it on our 1 year show. So all the producers, even, if you have dabbled or whatever, or if you're, producing music forever, we want you to get involved, and we want it to be a big thing because we put a lot into this thing that's coming up. So it's a leak. We just leaked it at the end of the show, but a big announcement is coming in 2 weeks.
Oh, and big shout out to Steve Keitt. And then also big shout out to P for already sending those files to us that we know he already got.
Yep.
Yes.
Did y'all? I think. Wait. No, I didn't send them. He's lying. But hold on.
I'm making sure we know that you got them
worldwide.
He said he sent them, but I don't see him.
But yeah, so definitely and look. Stay tuned next week because how often?
Who said that?
How often do you get to watch somebody break down the stems of your favorite 90s show?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Tell your people to tell their people to show up next week. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, and it's no teams.
No
That's
teams.
Right. No teams.
Wait a minute. I'm dumb confused. There's no teams.
No teams. No teams this time.
So we have one more week to do
one more week.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, the other challenge, the piece of vocals will be for the following week.
The piece of vocals, like you're not pizza. All right, y'all. Listen. Have a good night.
There we go.
Be dope.
All
Catch y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.